I'm getting to go home, because the Secret Service is working on my home in Delaware.
In Wilmington?
In Wilmington, yes. You know,
what are
they're
they doing?
well, putting in some windows that are bulletproof, that kind of thing they want to do. And so I'm going to be going home to the place we have in Rehoboth. I've only been to about 10 times. And my wife said it was 86 degrees at home at the beach.
Tell us whether the last few days has changed your calculus on when you'll make an announcement on your plans for 2024?
No. I've already made that calculus. We'll announce it relatively soon. But the trip here just reinforced my sense of optimism about what can be done.
So you've made a decision? Is this up to announce it?
I told you, my plan is to run again. My son Hunter and my sister Valerie and I made several stops across Mayo today. This strong bond brought me back in 2017 when I was a professor at the University of Pennsylvania.
Recognize that as it relates to prior administrations, the president's predecessor, President Obama, President George W. Bush, I've been here long enough to have covered President Bill Clinton. This is not the norm. The norm is we do get an opportunity to ask the questions to the president about domestic and foreign policy issues in a formal setting at some point. And you choose that point, but we haven't had that opportunity in quite some time.
So I'll say this. It is also unprecedented that a president takes as many shouted questions as this president has. And he has.
I know the last administration, and I'll tell you, almost every day
Okay. Well, we'll certainly get the data and share that with all of you. I hear, John, I hear your question. I heard Zeke's question. I hear you. I hear you on the press conference, on a formal press conference. We get this probably every couple of months when you guys ask us about a formal press conference. I don't have anything to share with all of you at this time, and I'll just leave it there. Okay.
The lack of a press conference during the president's upcoming trip, and the lack of press conference that we see in general from this White House. I represent a news organization that owns 113 television stations, and a question that I'm often asked, and I don't know the answer to, so I'll ask you that question. Is the administration trying to protect the president from our questions? Please, answer that question.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So why the lack of any interaction in a formal setting to have a press conference?
I mean, the president takes shouted questions. I understand, John. I understand. I understand. I've dealt with this question about 3 times already. I understand. It is the job of you all to ask this question to me. Totally get that, and that's not a problem at all. But certainly, the president many times has stood in front of all of you, has taken questions on his own.
There have been several questions about presidential travel.
Yeah.
About 5 weeks ago, President Biden said that he would be going to East Palestine, Ohio at some point. Does the president still feel the need to visit Ohio?
Well, the president, once the president said it, so I will keep that, he keeps to his word. Don't have a trip to lay out or preview for you at this time, but I'm going to just let the president's word stand.
So we should expect him there at some point?
If he says, the president said he's expecting to at some time, the president means what he says. I just don't have a trip to preview at this time.
Ken's question to Kirby before about the press conference on this trip, 4-day trip to 2 countries. Why can't the president take questions from the press?
The president always loves to take your questions, shouted questions. Look.
The tension between China and Taiwan. We know the president can pick up the phone anytime and call President Xi. We've been told that this call is coming for months. Why hasn't he just picked up the phone and called President Xi to say, knock it off?
The president looks forward to having another conversation with President Xi. And we'll do that at the appropriate time, and we'll certainly keep you apprised of that. It's important that those lines of communication stay open. The tensions are certainly high right now. We like to see this relationship get onto a better footing. And when it's appropriate for the 2 leaders to talk, then that'll happen. I want to stress, that said, that we are and have been able to maintain lines of communication between our 2 countries, even throughout all these tensions. And